down here by the river again. It's so pretty. I got a great verse for you. This is it's actually one of my favorites. It's one of those verses that first intrigued me years ago. Years and years ago. It comes from Genesis chapter 3, verse 8. And it's just before Adam and Eve's sin comes to light. But here's what struck me. It's Genesis 3:8, and it says, and Adam and Eve heard God walking through the garden in the cool of the evening. And that really struck me. You think, well, that's what's unusual about that. Well, here's what struck me about that. First of all, God had a pattern of coming down and spending time with His creation in His creation. He wanted to spend time with Adam and Eve. They heard Him coming. They were familiar with His approach. They were familiar with the sound of His approach. For instance, you could be familiar with the sound of your spouse as they're walking through the house. They were that familiar with the Lord. What's really cool is in Romans, it says, the Apostle Paul writes, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But through Jesus, we got that glory back. Once again, we can walk with God in the cool of the evening. We can be familiar with His approach. We can have the intimacy of the walk. We can see His creation all around us. Perhaps we can tell Him, He can tell us about it. Why these rocks are red. Why these are gray. What the minerals are, what the animals do, what's their purpose. All kinds of really cool stuff, at least for me. I love to be outdoors. I love to walk in His creation. I love to walk in His creation with Him. So why do I bring this up? Walking with Jesus is all about identity. Boils down to that. The identity of who you are and the identity of who He is and how you fit in the creation. Knowing who you are, knowing who He is, and you can't put a box on Him. He's out of the box. And walking with Him in the cool of the evening after the work is done. Yeah, after 7 days God rested, but His rest, He invites us into His rest. So how do you do this? Bottom line, how do you do this? It's real simple. Lord, I want to know your rest. Lord, I want to know you. Lord, I want to know the sound of you when you're walking towards me. Lord, I want to walk through creation with you. Show me who I am. Show me who you are. It's pretty simple. That took what? 5 seconds? It's a heartfelt prayer. God bless you. Have a great day. I can't wait to hear stories of people walking with God all around His creation. Have a great day.